Now, Freud said that belief in God is just a defense mechanism, either to deal with the fact that we're terrified of what's going to happen in this life and we need some kind of a sky daddy to take us through this, or we're trying to resolve our unresolved daddy issues ourselves, our parental issues. We either have some issue with authority or we need authority in our lives, and so we invent a sky daddy as a neurosis to actually deal with the problems in our lives. And so it's a psychological crutch, it's a psychological projection. Or we invent God to feel self-superior. We need to be holier than thou with other people. We need rules to say, look at the standard I'm measuring up to and you're not. And so we need this crutch, this way to look at life that we're somehow better than everybody else, and that's another way, a reason why we invent Christianity or invent any kind of religion for that matter. So that's what the claim is. And in some circles, this holds sway. People still think this. Though Freud's ideas are out of date, a lot of people still think this. You invent the sky daddy to deal with your earthly daddy issues. Which is interesting because it's not really an argument when you think about it. I call it the argument that never was. Think about this. Just saying you believe in God because it's a crutch for you, that's not an argument. That's just a statement. An argument is a set of propositions that, if true, will lead to a conclusion that makes sense in light of the previous propositions. You see that? It's not just a statement. And this is just a statement. It sounds like an argument, but it's really not an argument at all. It's just a statement. It just says, you believe because, and therefore your belief is false. Do you see the disconnect there? There's actually no connection. Your motivation for believing something has nothing to do with whether the thing you believe is true or not. I want to believe that my family is secure and they're all happy right now, but there's all kind of evidence I have that it's actually true. My motivation for believing it is irrelevant. Alistair McGrath said, if belief in God was a response to a human longing for security, might it not also be argued that atheism was a response to the human desire for autonomy? Do you see the point he's making? Freud's argument can be turned right around on him. Right around on him. You look at it, Freud said, we invent a God because we need to deal with our daddy issues. Well, if you look at the history of Freud's life, he had plenty of daddy issues. Might it be the case that Freud rejected God to deal with his daddy issues? He didn't like the idea of parental authority. He didn't like the fact that his dad and him didn't get along that well. He didn't like these things, and so he rejects his heavenly father because he needed to reject his earthly father.